Welcome to the studio. Today we're doing something a little different and a lot more fun. We 3D printed large real-world parts, we hooked them to an engine hoist, measured the force with a crane scale, and pulled hard until something failed. And what failed? Wasn't expected. You've probably been told that PLA is weak, that it's a beginner filament, that it's what you start with before you move on to the strong stuff. What you're watching right now says otherwise. Now here is what we tested all Polymaker filament. I have all of the destroyed prints right here with me. Standard Polymaker Polylite PLA is the base, and of course we tested that. We also tested Polymaker's new high temperature PLA, Polymaker's classic and well-known Polymax PLA, and the crowd favorite Polymaker Polylite PLA Pro. And we went ahead and we tested some Polymaker TPU as well, because everyone wanted to, and I think that people just assume that that flexibility is going to mean that it's indestructible. There's this outdated idea in 3D printing that PLA is a starter filament, that once you get serious, you move on. You add modifiers, you add flexibility, you add heat resistance, you add toughness. But here's the thing that nobody really talks about. The moment you start changing PLA with additives, you're also changing what makes it strong and so popular in the first place. And today, we're going to show that very clearly. Every test used the exact same base setup. Each part, roughly the same weight of filament, about 155 grams, all printed at a 0.2 millimeter layer height with 50% grid infill. Each print has 5 top and bottom layers, 8 perimeters, and this is about 20 millimeters thick. Now it's designed as a heavy-duty toe ring style print, and it was meant to be pulled, not snapped. We mounted them to an engine hoist, measured the force with that crane scale, and pulled until failure. Just raw tension until something gave. I want to see what 3D printing filament does in a real-world test, not a pseudo-scientific test. Now let's begin with Polymax PLA. Polymaker markets Polymax PLA as the toughest PLA on the market. Now what does tough mean? Tough means that you can drop it on the floor and it's not going to shatter, it's not going to break. But don't confuse toughness for strength. Testing Polymax PLA first will give us a good baseline. But what I want you to do here while you're watching this, and maybe for each test, is pause and rewind and pay attention to that stretch that happens just before the break. (1,761 pounds of force is impressive, but wait until you see what PLA and PLA Pro do. For each test, it was the same print, the same setup, and the same punishment. This is high temp PLA, a modified version of PLA that won't melt in your car on a hot day. However, it is intended to be annealed, and we didn't do it in this video, so maybe we'll have to come back in a future video and do that. Now, for these tests, I actually had to put up plexiglass to protect me and the walls. There's a lot of force in these tests, and in fact, just off camera, I'm wearing a full face shield. Look at that stretch. £1,314 is still a lot of force. But hang on, things are about to get insane with PLA and PLA Pro. The modified filaments, the ones designed for the specific use cases, almost always failed the same way. They stretched, and then they deformed, and then they broke. This is the fan favorite Polymaker's Polylite PLA Pro. It has properties that bring it a little bit closer to PETG, so it's quite a bit more ductile, flexible, and less brittle. PLA Pro still has the same weakness when it comes to heat, but I think you're going to be impressed with these results. Personally, I think that PLA Pro is the best version of PLA that exists, and you're gonna find out why here in a moment. And just pay attention. Look at that stretch. That is insane. 2,432 pounds, over a ton of force. Impressive. Now, get ready for PLA. The truth here is what makes PLA brittle and easy to overlook is actually what makes it strong. That brittleness is the strength, and it holds an incredible amount of tension before finally stretching and giving in all at once. When it comes to PLA, it's the additives that make it a little bit tougher, a little bit less brittle, are actually the same additives that are weakening an already incredible material. In fact, a material that can handle thousands of pounds more than some of the alternatives. But we do have to be honest here too, because PLA will just melt in your car on a hot day, and it's terrible when it comes to creep, holding heavy loads over long periods of time. As with any material, we choose the right one for the right job. And I think the fact that PLA isn't as delicate and weak as so many people in our industry have been led to believe. Dude, 2,660 pounds of force. Beats out everything else. But with that, here's why I still think PLA Pro is better. Now, PLA Pro I think is really interesting because it combines the flexible characteristics of PTG with PLA, producing a slightly lower result as far as the test goes, but that trade-off means that it won't shatter if you drop it, and it can hold heavy loads for years. For instance, my filament wall over there, here in the studio, thousands of pounds of filament for years at a time, and those brackets have been added and removed from multiple studio walls, all holding up that load. So let's talk about TPU for a second. We included this only because I wanted to see exactly how TPU would stack up against these PLAs. This is the TPU, but we actually did this live on our Twitch stream. You should come by and check it out. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/loyalmoses. I'm getting kind of nervous there. That's a lot of kilograms.
It's stretching.
Come on, 730, 745, 760, 780, come on, 800, 800, 822, 841, 860, come on. Dude, that's gonna freaking explode. Oh, jeez.
Jeez. Wow.
Holy shnikes. Dude. I have to go back to the video replay. Now, TPU is very flexible, but that doesn't automatically mean that it's strong. In our test, TPU stretched exactly like you'd expect. It's crazy impressive. But once it reached its limit, it failed earlier than a lot of people assume. So this wasn't a win for TPU. And I think that surprised a lot of people. It did me. I actually thought it was going to handle way more. I think this is really where the myths for PLA should die. PLA is not weak. It's not useless, and it's not something that you just automatically outgrow the longer that you're in 3D printing. In pure tension with real-world prints, standard PLA is one of the strongest filaments most of us will ever use. The myth says that you move on from PLA. The reality? Most people never actually outgrow it, they just misunderstand it. If anything, my hope today was to show that the anti-PLA purists out there are simply just wrong. They've never taken the time to do what we did here in the studio today, so go, be confident with your PLA and do some amazing stuff. If this video surprised you, hit that like button. It really helps us out. We're a small channel. Also, if you enjoyed this real-world testing and you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button too. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one, and maybe we'll destroy a lot more. All right? Oh, and YouTube wants you to go watch this video. Hopefully, it's the one that we did about a month ago with more destruction. Go watch that one. It's cool. We did it outside with tractors. All right. Thank you.